Welcome back, the best, most ethical practitioners of light and love, of course. I took care of some things today. Congratulations to me. It's 11 o'clock on a Monday, so happy Monday. What do we want to say? Today is Monday Motivations, aka Positive Affirmations Monday. And, yeah, I mean, I tried to I exercised discipline. Yes, I did. I mean, I did have quite a few Twix bars. Well, minis, yeah. And those are so helpful. To get me trucking. But anyway, what did I want to say to you? What did I want to share? Well, first off, angels of light and love, I welcome you in to direct and protect these messages, my chakras, my auras, my space, my work, and that of our children who care. Chitlins. Oh my gosh. Children that carry no, they have no ill possession or entity attached. Yeah. Actually, they would need more protection, wouldn't they? They would. So, let's, edit that statement, okay? I didn't finish my morning routine, okay? So, let's include them here. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start wearing head coverings or some kind of other protection. Because, Spirit, let's start off here. Spirit, how do we not talk, how do we talk shit without talking shit? Can you show me how? Tell me how, and I will do it. I will do it, because, the intention behind that is, learning how to communicate effectively, okay, not having to hold that stuff in, and be the bearer of, holding all of that in, of ill intent. So, okay, so Spirit, you're going to tell me how, right? You're going to tell me and show me how, and we're going to use the, this one. But first off, I have to tell you, I took in 3 dresses that I've had, off to the side for a while that a friend gave to me. And then, whatchamacallit, they're just business casual dresses. And so I didn't want to do away with them because, it was part of her, little collection. Well, not little collection, but she valued them. She took care of them and she bestowed them upon me. So I appreciate it. And I want to make sure that I take care of them as the new owner. And they've been, lounging around for a while, and I almost gave them up, and I realized, no, it's cute. She wanted them for me, so I'm gonna do my best without overdoing it, And so I did it, and I did that, and then I did a few videos, and this is all after or during being psychically attacked. So let me just get here, Spirit. How do I talk? I have to tell some things about some people. What do you want me to say? Strength in reverse. Oh, in facing adversity, the devil's tongue. Try not to give in to that, okay? Because you're stronger than that, Tina. So don't give in to that, okay? We got the World card. But it's also being able to vocalize and be free with what you're intuitively gathering, what the forces in all 4 corners are showing you, are revealing in truth. So you can be full out bold, but not hustler bold, you know what I mean? You can be hands free from just surrender, basically, what is going on, and you can still acknowledge it in order to close cycles vocally, with that vocal boost, but just make sure that it's very representative to your own beauty that you already are, upholding. Well, thank you, Spirit. You're freaking awesome. Like, I did not even expect that kind of an answer, and here you are, just trying to be like, crazy. Spirit's crazy. My lips are chapped right now a little bit. It's okay. Alright. Okay, so let me tell you what was going on with that, okay? At work, this is like my third or fourth day in changing locations, and I've already noticed like some clicky type of subtleties, that like it's the kind of behavior that knows that they're being monitored because they know that I'm protected and well received by higher level management, if not owners or boards. They know, they understand what kind of power I hold. They don't understand it in its full depth, otherwise they would be working on my side, but they're working within their own agendas and their own lackings. And so I suppose I'm doing my job in its duality, in its form of clocking in, as well as spiritually bound. And so, like, I've seen these behaviors all too often. Like there is this one girl, okay, she's been there for like a double-digit years, and so she's seen as or treated as the seniority of like management, but she doesn't hold that title. So she knows certain ins and outs, and I don't respect people who abuse their tribal knowledge and ensure that it's within their own personal empowerment rather than a grouping. And so you can't call that tribal knowledge because it's not even considering the tribe at all, other than like those that you nominate to keep your power in full strength, and so that's not like being for the people. That's so anyway, she said that she took over her family's business, and it was taking care of elders, but she decided, like, she said this like 4 times, and that's how when people are trying to prove a point, or like make a point of something, like prove themselves or make a point of saying something like with an undercurrent to someone else. And so what she said was she's decided to come back to work for this company because it keeps her humble. And she kept using that word every time I would tune in as part of her intro. And I've seen that behavior all too much, and that tells me because she said that the chaos is what keeps her humble, and I said, isn't working like caretaking for an elder crowd chaos enough? I mean, what is it, Nurse John can speak to that. And so like he represents so many out there that are RNs and not having to like volunteer. So if you're taking over a family business and it's not enough for you, there's some other reasoning why she's there. And so like it's also to say that she's above it. Okay. And she wanted to make sure that I knew that in order for me to kind of know my place, because this is basically what appears to be my only option of any employer wanting to hire me. And I don't even understand, like, I keep this ish under wraps, but people like work in so much fear. I don't freaking know, but I know that it's kind of like a blessing in disguise. And so my powers must be growing in full mode, because let me tell you, oh my gosh, there's so many things that I got to tell you. Like, I skip a few days and Jesus, like, we're gonna have a 2 or 3 hour reading, and I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying not to. What do I want to tell you at first? Well, first off, I can see like these little flyaway things. I never ever see them when I'm watching, like, because I'm nearsighted, so the fact that I can see them without my glasses is crazy. Like, I'm noticing very little things. I'm like, my spidey senses to everything is like awake. And so the other way I know is that I was handling a customer in my old location, old spot, and it was just like within seconds, they were just goofing around as a pair of guys, older guys, and they were just goofing around, like, and then I said something. I was just like, I don't know why, I just knew how to socialize with them, or because I've never said this before to anybody, and it just seemed very fit for responding to them. I don't know why. And I knew I wasn't going to get in trouble. I just knew that it was very fit for those people. And I said, oh no, I'll just make them beg. And they're like, oh, and they started laughing. They started cracking up, and they're like, no, you do not want to make him do that. He will be here all day. And I don't know. It was weird. Like, they already knew me, obviously, from that kind of response. And some people just kind of want to test the waters with me to see what kind of response. And I'm not even trying. I'm just socializing just a little bit, getting through my day. It's effortless. And I like speak of something that you wouldn't even suspect it from the way that they looked, or even the way that they talked. I don't know why. Like, at first glance, no, I was just messing around. I don't know. I don't know. It was something that I was just intuitively saying. I don't know. But that was like the key that like nobody knows except like your BFF or whatever, and those that are involved. And so, anyway, that I wasn't trying to. I was just socializing. Just like, this is. I don't know, but that's how I know. Like, yeah. And then other people that I come across too. I mean, I didn't realize how often that happened, and I didn't suspect it. But I guess it just comes in effortless, and that's just the way it rolls. So, it's good. Yeah, so anyway, this girl was trying to keep me in my place, and the more that, like, I only worked with her for, like, 1.5 days, one strong day, which was the last time, and she was, like, she gives the department such a bad rap. Like, that's why people that come in, like, rate us poorly. She was such a bitch to them. Like, I don't even understand. I don't understand. And there's this one customer that, like, is kind of rude or whatever, but she accentuated the situation, made it worse than it actually should have been. And then she's like, oh, I'll tell you after. And so after he left, I went to her and I said, what happened? What's wrong? And then of course I wasn't wearing pigtails. Let me tell you, hold on. So, she said, that guy was looking, he's a total dick. He comes in here like all the time, and, he comes over here and, does the same old thing. but like he was also looking up at you, looking at you up and down constantly. And I was like, oh really? I didn't notice that. I know that he was on his phone and that was just it. I was trying to figure out the stuff, but I didn't feel like anything. Like, I felt stuff before, but nothing like as bad as the others. Oh look, the moon card. And what's the other side? 4 swords. Or like it's both accentuated, as I was going to put it on top of the world card. But these are just some things that like I'm intuitively drawing at like my like RBF state, or even just like just chilling out, And so I think people, especially women, are very jealous of that, especially if they have gifts of their own. And so they're like, this is not even a freaking contest. I'm not doing anything. And even that, like, I'm getting like mucus, like phlegm in my throat. And like, people just like, it makes people want to spit, like, like it is. I don't understand. But let me show you what I was wearing. Okay, give me a second. So, what I was wearing was this dress. Okay, this dress, you see, it's freaking long. I was wearing this dress. Okay, it's my mom's old dress, as you can see. Like, the tag is, all, you can't even read anything on it. It's a vintage old, like, loose kind of dress. I had a belt right there, but that was it. So I had a little cinch my waist, but it wasn't like a waist trainer. I wore it, and I liked it a lot. I even wore a black hat, and dude, it's still like, she said that, but she said it like kind of like like she was saying it like it just drifted off, like, oh, and by the way, and I really think, and I said, oh really? First I said it, so then I copied her tone, and I said, oh, I didn't know that. And then I thought about it for a second, trying to like rethink and refeel whatever happened within that short excerpt of an experience. And then I didn't catch anything, so I was going to tell her again more emphatically. I said, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't say, so I'm sorry. I said, oh, thank you for letting me know, because I had no idea. And she said, and like, she seemed very annoyed by it. And I was like, this guy wasn't even like good, like charming or good looking or any of that. And it was just really strange. Like, and I realized it, I didn't realize until like this morning, because like the summation of all of that. And like, I'll tell you some other things, like this guy that also switched locations alongside me. He was also like, I know he's undercover bullshit. I know for a fact. And now he knows he was caught with his undercover bullshit. Asking me for the second time how old my kids are, asking details about my kids. And it's like, you would have, like, you know what I mean? Like, and this was around other management. And so I have a clear, crystal, like, cut memory of who was present in the room, the content of what he said, and the timing of how the room just emptied after I told him, like, that, I don't tell people the ages of my kids. I don't talk about my children. It's like, don't give me a reason, and I looked straight at him, like my eyes started right at him to make eye contact. I'm like, and he's like, oh yeah, I know. So he's playing dumb. And then when we got back to our stations after like this little break session, because like after that, the whole room cleared. There were like 4 people there. And immediately after I said that, it cleared the room. And then they shortly came back after, or just a couple of them. And it was just strange. Like, so then I was like, enough of this bullshit. So then I was done with break, and I had to, when we re-met at our workstation, like a couple of hours later, I said, so why do you want to know so much about, I hollered at him, I was like, so why do you want to know so much about my kids? And it's like, oh, I don't know, I'm just making conversation. It's like, this is duplicate. He was just trying to get any information possible in order to, I'm pretty sure he's a Freemason, because he has a humpback, he has like certain, he has so many problems. Like, he has a humpback, he doesn't take care of himself, he has a limp, and like he has certain kind of, like, there were all kinds of conversations that went on, in the past week, in socializing with him, that I can tell through his behaviors. He's a load of bullshit. And I think a lot of people know that, the people that back me, know that about him. They know that. So anyway, they were doing their whole clicky thing and whatever. And, so I didn't realize it until today, after being psychically attacked, and going through these sleeping spells too. The same thing that happened in my other job, that there was a shit ton of spell work, especially after people touching me. And so then I think people are getting their karma, I'm pretty sure. So, like, Spirit, what do you want to say about that? Okay, you gotta say stuff about it. Queen of Cups in reverse, King of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, okay, so Spirit's saying, like, I can totally tell the undercurrents of what's going on. That Spirit is giving me the Pentacle, the All Access Pass in pocket. It's my cookie in cup while I'm in hangman mode. Like, I can see it aloof speaking. And somebody who wants to stir the pot, that's kind of well known in their community. And these are absolutely unethical Freemasons and bullshit, type of energy. They want to stir the pot, that they hold an underground position. They're kind of like undercover. And so I'm doing my job in moving the charioteer of justice, in order for things to happen that need to happen. So, this is just kind of like, what do you call it? Progressing the storyline, progressing what needs to happen. And so yeah, I got psychically attacked to the point where it was the point where somebody was truly trying to cause me harm, because I felt nausea, and it wasn't from someone else. It was from someone else's feelings. It was from their intent to cause harm onto me. It was, and after clearing, I asked for my for Spirit to really help me and hold me, and then Spirit did, and gave me a hug and all of that. And then it came on again. And then somebody from some supporter, very talented supporter. Oh my gosh, some healer is so good. I don't know who they are, but they did their healing work, and it was just to come help, save the day, this little damsel. And so I really appreciate that, because it was like they put a shield over me, but it didn't feel like a war zone outside of me. So it made me feel protected as I was being protected. So that was very talented of them, and I want them to show me how to do that. But yeah, so I didn't realize until after I started getting all this other stuff going. And by the way, I found my foot braces. Yay! I'm super excited about that. I super am. And so yeah, I didn't realize it until I really started thinking about it, that the only reason why she said that the guy was looking at me up and down constantly was because she wanted to plant a seed in my head, to say that not only is he a dick, but you should be defensive around him because he's kind of disrespecting your energy. And there's no way that that guy was disrespecting me any more than what she was, alone, you know, within just like a couple of hours. And that told me like how hateful she was. And it only makes me wonder how much she siphons the energies and disrespects, like how much of a bullshitter she is. Is that okay that I say that, Spirit? Oh my gosh, I don't know. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Like, yeah, she's not doing the work. Call it out. She doesn't do the work. She's just a collector, a bill collector of like elderly people who need help. She does the absolute bare minimum. If she could be that much of a bitch to our customers, our guests, the people that even just like are there, even her water bottle says, "My dog and I talk shit about you." It's like, are you kidding me? And so anyway, it's insane that somebody like that would be has a business that she took over. Like, you know what I mean? Like, God, I just hope somebody puts an audit on her. Like, seriously, that is wrong. That is wrong. I only knew her for like a day, really. A day and a half, maybe? Holy smokes. If that person can be in management, dude, I could, like within that realm, dude, I could be her boss's boss's boss if that's the case. Like, holy smokes. In fact, I wouldn't even be at that, like, her boss's boss's boss, because I would not have her hired. No, she's gone. But, after she had left, after accentuating the situation of, like, making things uncomfortable, like, throwing attitude to a customer, oh my gosh, she did that to more than one. Like, yeah, I know, I heard you say that, but I am saying, like, what the fuck is going on over here? Holy smokes. And I was like, this is I haven't even been here for half a week in this area. Let's just observe for a second. But after she had left, the guy was saying, you know, you should never be rude to customers. You should always, like, you know, if you want customers to be nice, you got to be nice to them. You can't talk back to them, etc., etc. And the guy was first off a dick, you know, pretty much. He was just like, you know, he wasn't super dick mode, but he was, you know, he had a little bit of like a macho type of attitude to him, like a superior attitude to him. But I can handle those customers. Or people, I can just handle those people. But to accentuate it after the fact, like, there was no need for that, let me tell you. And so, yeah, so, I mean, like, now I know, and I'm observing other things, like, I got a, certain thing that, like, gives, like, high accolades, high rankings to my certain area. I got one of them within, like, the first half week that I was there. And it's not really customary for my area to get, you know, those kind of leads. And somebody already tried to take it from me. Somebody who was supposed to be considered like somewhat of a superior. And she tried to take that from me. And luckily, the person that I originally reported to knew what kind of a person she was and what kind of bullshit energy that was. Like, so she gave me the credit for it. And it was crazy. Yeah, there's a certain awareness. Like, the person that I used to report to, like, is in full awareness mode, but she doesn't have to, like, converse with me on that. Like, she just took care of it. As it should be, as far as, like, who to give accolades to. She knows. She knows. That's so crazy. Because she's been there too. You know what I mean? Because there's blue and blue, and then there's that. But, like, without flinching, not, like, turning, you know, either head, you know, like, giving one more attention than the other. She knows. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, like, I know that I'm doing great holding my own. And being able to observe things as they are. So, I made, like, some other things. Like, it's so very good. Like, I was able to get through some things. Something hit my window. Hold on a second. That was weird. It's 11:33 in the morning, too. So I have master number 11 and master number 33. And I saw a butterfly, like orangey butterfly, fly by in the bottom right corner. That's so lovely. So I have to, like, this is good stuff. Okay, so let's get to, I have to keep things moving forward and, like, not to give too much weight to that. But I just needed to, like, report to you what's going on. It's crazy. What's crazy? Like, I have, like, 3 or 4 whammies with people now. Like, communication is being sent to me right now. I don't know. Or hold the rest to myself. And I shall speak it to the right ears. Yeah. I remember. 5 of Swords on my doing side, yeah. People are going to walk away from me because they know that they've already lost. And if they want a challenge, oh me, oh my. And cross that threshold, there's heartbreak for you coming. Like, I didn't even know it because you never fought anyone like me. And you don't know who's behind me. You don't know who's backing me. Alright, so positive affirmations Monday. First positive affirmation. I'm aware of my surroundings. I'm blessed to be able to be provided with those communications. Within as many channels as possibly fit. And because of that, I'm blessed with the ability to communicate that to anyone who would potentially want to oppose me. So it's for the greatest good that they walk away and that they keep away until they work at their problems. Yeah. Like, this is totally disarming them. You know? I have all the swords here. And sometimes, when someone has to have all the swords or wants all the swords, if they're that kind of energy, I don't need them. I'll be supplied with so much more. So it's in my best interest to walk away. But either way, we're not going to keep this back and forth exchange going. And I am well aware of all parties' needs in order to respond accordingly. Okay. Positive affirmations 2. King of Swords. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so we know what we're talking about here. That's funny. The third leg, the family jewels. It's propped right there. So, is it peregrine? What kind of bird is that? I don't know why I got Harry Potter, the peregrine. I don't even know if that's a bird. I feel like it is. That's what I'm getting. It's like it's between a mourning dove and a peregrine. Something like that. Yeah. It understands how to close cycles. You see this purple cloak? Kind of reminiscent of the world card. So I know how to close cycles with a simple truth. Okay. 2 of Swords in reverse, the Hermit in reverse, and the Knight of Cups. Oh, so people, my admirers are wising up to me, and they understand that there's a clear path in moving towards me. So I get to experience what love is like in many realms. And I still get to discern the energies, but it's my time to receive. It's my time and high time for me to receive, is what they're saying. You see, like, the tide is high, but I'm holding on. I'm going to be your number one. I'm not the kind of girl who gives up just like that. Oh my goodness. So, you see here, like, when I say high time, it's like, I'm thinking like high noon, you know, like, like, not rodeo energy, but, what do you call it? Old Western, you know? I'm gonna meet you at high noon. I don't something like that. But, that's what I got here. It's high time. Anyway, that's interesting. That's excellent. Oh, you know what it says here? Because, this is like, oh gosh, I'm at that state of like knowing how to use both forces. Being able to wield 2 kind of lightsabers, like, come on. Are you kidding me? Like, lightsabers are basically like the wands that are meant, like, custom made for a specific individual to hold and wield. And to be able to do that with the light and the dark sides, come on, Tina. But what I also got here is noticing, this is the first time that I noticed that there's a snake here and a snake here. So simultaneous, it's like, it takes one to know one. So there's a birthing and a protection. There's an awareness of that ability that I have. So it's only natural that people are catching on to that vibe too, that I certainly respect that, uphold that. So that's good. Okay. All right. Positive affirmations. We'll just get a couple more and then we're going to move on with our day, okay? Positive affirmations. Okay, 1 or 2 more, Spirit. Anything that might help to pertain to the previous state, or are we just kind of riding away from that because there's better things to look at? I really feel like it's the latter. Yeah, 10 of Swords in reverse. Like, I see everyone who has tried to backstab me. They didn't even have the courtesy to backstab me. They wanted to see my face as they stabbed me. They wanted me to know who stabbed me. That's what kind of cruelty we're looking at. People who will just do it in your face. And that's kind of like the courtesy that I prefer. So these are people who are have a bigger ego, because they are actually doing it in groupings. They're doing it at the same time that somebody else is doing it. Because no person, not one of these people, will do it towards my face separately alone, because they're truly cowards to be able to do this kind of work after seeing that other swords are lodged into you. That's bullshit energy right there. Those are cowards that are like, oh, somebody is not in full health, so let me just, kick them over, that kind of thing. So, those are the people that straight up, that you're not going to give respect to, regardless of what their title is. Okay? You're not going to set that tone, regardless of how many times that they try to claim that energy. So, even management can see ish for what it is. And so, I don't know. I'm well protected. Oh, yep, it's the moon card. So, so the crab appears again right here. From here, it's making itself known. So, it's getting into the ultimate feels of your environment. Like knowing what it's like to navigate in all of that. Knowing that, like, the collective really has your back. Like, you can hold your own weight, basically. I can hold my own weight. Okay, one last one, Spirit, before I move into Bananagrams. Okay, so on the receiving side, there's like a takeaway accentuated. Takeaway accentuated. So bottom of the deck is 9 of Swords, or I don't know, I'm told this is the bottom of the deck. 9 of Wands, upright or accentuated. And then the top of the deck is Knight of Wands, upright or accentuated, with lightning bolt back. So we got unicorn energy here, as you can tell. It's like a foreboding of that. So I have a lot of, great, people that are willing to stand up for me, that are really ready to, like, ride forward, even with, like, all the rubble, amongst them, to ride out the storm with me. And even come in injured, too. So even with, like, this kind of energy, I have a lot of support. A lot of support. Doers. People, knights that are on horse and off of horse. You know what I mean? So regardless of what their vehicle is, where they came from, or what condition they're in, they're willing to support me. Not just willing, but they are supporting me. They're just waiting for the go. So they're kind of just watching what's happening here. They're observing this because it's so obvious, being an accentuated form on my recipient side. But being that this was on my lap still, they're just waiting for the go from me. Okay, nice respect. Yep, my roots, definitely are showing. So they do celebrate with me. They don't just celebrate me, but they celebrate with me. So that's excellent. To have those that are able to celebrate with you, that are worthy of celebrating with you, that can sit at your table and be introduced to others and share in the kinship, is excellent. they might not have the same like luxuries and access as my innermost circles, but to be able to build to have a certain community that one can relate to against that is founded on morals and instilling moral support actively is excellent. So that's wonderful. Okay. So I'm going to do that there. And then now it is Bananagrams time. Okay. I guess I'll do it on this one. No. I'll do it on... What is this thing? Okay. Thank you for the moral support. Okay. R, and then it fell in my lap. Oh my gosh, we're gonna need a bigger thing than this. Okay, I'm gonna, oopsie. Okay, let's put that there. And hold on a second. Oh. So E and X fell. Oh, and then G. It fell on the floor. L, E, R. Okay, so we saw that R. A, E, T, F, P, K, I. So KPIs. Oh, you know what they're going to tell themselves were their key performance indicators, as well as I'm going to be able to speak for myself through those as well. TBD is to be discussed. Oh my gosh, people are going to have to take accountability. P, Z, E, B, E, I, M, O. Yeah, their motives and what modus operandi. E, S. Exempt. So, I think people who are exempt are people who get paid hourly. But I think it also means like, I don't, how do I say it? Let me, hold on. That's perfect. So I'm free from the, what is it? Obligation? Of, what was it? Hold on. Yeah. So free from like what other people are doing. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. So I have kites. Like, Spirit is saying, like, continue to fly your kite, Tina. You are so good at what you do. And they know that. We have names here. We have Cat, Katie. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That's crazy that they carry the same energy, the people that I know here. Deb, Debbie, Rob, Robbie, Pat, Pam, Paris, Iris, also have Assailant here to work with. I see gobble. Yeah, people, when it comes to, what you call it, things to chew on, I gave them something to gobble on. That's funny. Okay, let's put that together. I think things are going to be taken away from them, and they're only going to be able to notice that when it comes to something like Thanksgiving. Yeah, I really feel like that. It's like keeping up with the what do you call it, the standard of what everybody else does. And so that's when they're like, when everybody else is celebrating and they're supposed to like put in their part or whatever and their whole traditional family thing, that's when they see like how they did this to themselves. Ooh, I see IRS. They're gonna get audited. Yep. Ooh, I see feeble. With their feeble attempts. Feed. Yep. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I just need to say the word and it's just gonna happen. Even that, I live in Paris. That guy. He's also going to be audited. Okay. Geese. Yeah, like duck, duck, goose. Like, I called out a lot of people. I didn't even call out all of them. So it's like duck, duck, goose. No, duck, duck, geese. Oh, I see grease. Grease lightning. Okay. Okay. I see Ezra. Maybe I'm supposed to divine something from better than Ezra. Okay. IPO, what is that? I see def and IPO. DEF and then IPO. So definitely an IPO. Whatever that is. I don't know, but those are the last 6 letters, okay? So let me just... oh, some in my throat. Holy smokes. This has to do with the people that are being audited? Something... I don't even know what an IPO is. Hold on. I don't know. It's saying something about initial public offering, so it has something to do with stocks. I think something was like faked in numbers for an IPO. Like, I don't know anything about that like area, but like there's it's DEF IPO that's left. It's separated into 2. So whatever that is has some having to do with an audit. IDB. What's an IDB? I don't know. An IDB. I don't know. I see poke. Poke B. So they want to poke a bitch. Or poke a bear. Or something like that. I see Pokey Bear too. So I think that's like the... I don't know, what do you want to call it? The nickname? The pet name for Prof. He's always saying something like that. I don't know. I haven't had it very much on my feed lately. But anyway. I see Pikachu. Fed. Oh my gosh. It doesn't have to be deaf, but it could be feds. I don't even know. I still don't know what the feds do. I mean, I look it up and then I'm like, okay, I don't know. And then I know I have to do more research on it because like that's not my work. I don't know this stuff. But yeah, again, feed the geese. Like feed the birds, tuppence the bag, tuppence. Tuppence back. So I definitely gave these geese something to gobble on. Like, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I have OPI left. So maybe, like, I know Pokey isn't spelled like that, but I also have the letters to spell Pokey too. Drip. R.I.P. Oh my gosh. Rip. Zip. It could be either. It could be either, my honeys. AO. Authorizing. Oh my gosh. For real. Authorizing officer. And even still, it's like on off as far as RIP. So I can basically not just call someone out, but rid someone from a certain location here within a zip. Like, it's on off, like, however. That's insane. Let me show you what's going on here. They'll see what I'm showing you. So it could be zip, rip, and it's like on off here too. Authorizing officer. Isn't that kind of insane? I mean, I don't know. So it could be a tip too, like I just tipped someone off to the feds, possibly. But anyway, yeah, that only means that I'm gonna get my rewards greater in the physical realm with more practical uses. That's why the CIA loves me. That's why these certain groups find me to be highly beneficial and a non-threat. So I really appreciate their help. In fact, there are certain I can't speak of like everything right now, but yeah, definitely, like, there are certain things that have come into fruition, like when I really need to have water pressure come through. I have it now since I said something. I have helpers to help me get me what I need at the right timing. So it's like knowing that and practicing with that knowledge through any challenge and every challenge is so helpful, because I know that it's building towards something greater. It's building towards a discipline. And so it's not all just like fun and games, like, oh, Tina gets everything handed to her. Oh, why does she get that and I don't get this? It's not even really about that. It's your intention, like our intentions, and what we're in what we are going to be using that for. The divine is looking for long run goals, and even if we can't put that in writing just yet, but to have the will behind it, you can't fake that. So there's no one to be upset about except those that feel, and even like those that feel that they're in a lacking, they shouldn't even be upset at themselves. They should just do the work. That's all there is to it. It's just misplaced anger. So, anyway, I think that's it for now. So, thanking all donations provided in light and love are received accordingly and employed with its same, if not amplified, magnitude. Thank you for respecting my time, my space, my energy, my work, and that of our children's in advance. And now that this reading is coming to a close, closing all portals, sending all energies back to their appropriate locations with their appropriate karma suit, assisting with that rollout. Enlighten love. I close all portals. Now.